My dear friends, welcome to everybody. Greeting from Suyog Hospital, Mysore. I am Dr. S.P. Yoganda, former teacher in medicine, Mysore Medical College and Institute, Mysore, and founder, chairman, Suyog Hospital. At the outset, I thank the organizers, Vokkaliga Parishat of America, and other Kannada organization, especially Deepu, for organizing this program. Today we are here to understand the greatest enemy of the modern man, the stress. The modern man is under extensive stress to an intolerable limit and facing all problems of non-communicable diseases. Today, the entire world, the human community is under stress because of COVID. For the first time in the history of human race, probably, the man has hidden inside his house, fearing for death, fearing for the loss of the assets which he has created. This has caused two types of stress among the human beings. Of course, some people are very happy because they have been relieved of the amount of stress they were facing because of the target-oriented activity of their system which they are running every day. But they are very happy. But some people are under stress. They are apprehended as to what will happen to their asset they have created and also their life and their economy. So those people under stress. Thanks to Corona has given a thought to the human mind that the human mind is now under the realization of the purpose of the life of the human being. Friends, this stress, how the stress generates in the body? What are the causes of stress? What is the mechanism of stress? To understand all those things, you should understand the creation of the universe and the human being. Because the human being is a creation of the universe. So the universe, we don't know when it was created. Maybe billions of years ago, the universe was created and the human took the origin in the middle, probably about 22 crores years ago. But you must understand that there is a close relationship between the universe and the human being. So the human race and the universe are completely interconnected. If you just sensibly observe the happenings in the universe, you see that everything is pre-programmed. So it may be appearance of seasons, it may be appearance of eclipses, or it may be appearances of anything, that activity that is going on in the universe. They are all pre-programmed, so also the human being. So you must understand this creation, the understanding the human being. So human being is a miniature of the universe. He is a most evolved component of the universe. So therefore we see all imprints of the universe in the human being, and you see an intimate connection between the human being and the universe. As you all know, the quantum physics, the whole universe, including a man, is matter and energy. Ultimately, it boils out to that. So therefore, this human being is a spiritual being made up of body, mind and soul. Please understand this very important structure. You must understand for what purpose the human being is created. Please understand, if you sensibly observe that nothing is created in the universe without a purpose. So human is created with a specific purpose. So he has a body, he has a mind and a soul. These are the most important component of the human body. Body, is made up of cells, and cells organize to form organs. They organize to form system, and the brain is the most important leader of this organ system. The brain controls the heart, lungs and muscles and the bones, joints, and these are all the structural of this. These are also, they are also pre-programmed. Please understand, the structure, the function, everything is programmed. So I would like to compare the human body to an hardware. So it is a hardware, and this hardware is made in such a fashion, and the integration between the organs and the brain and heart, lungs, and so on and so forth is mysterious and highly scientific. So inside this body, the cells which are made up of cells, a software is created. This software is mind and soul. So mind is the most important component of the human body. Please understand, the human body is the most evolved component in the universe. So the human mind controls the entire body, and it is inside the brain, and through the brain it dictates the brain, and the brain sends signals to the cells of the body, and that is how the body is completely controlled by the mind. And this mind and the soul. What is the soul? Soul is nothing but the energy in the human body. See, I told earlier, the man is also a matter and energy, and it is a component of universal matter and energy. The atom of universal energy in the man is Atma, that is soul. So therefore, these three important things, they coordinately exist and gives a life to the individual. So how this hardware and software works, you must know. So these hardware and software works, as I said, they are all pre-programmed. See, there is an axis. So transcendental, that means the higher force is ultimately the controlling authority of the entire universe, so also the human being. So transcendental, then that control is on the soul. That means the energy which is present in us. So that energy is controlled by the transcendental energy, the higher force. So to that energy, then psyche, mind. So the mind is controlled. So the mind in turn controls the nervous system, right? So that in turn liberates so many chemical substances. They are called the endocrinal system, the hormones. And these hormones, they act and regulate the nervous system and hormone. They act and regulate this cell. So therefore, I always understand, you must understand this scientifically, there is a transcendental, solo, psycho, neuro, endocrino, cellular axis. This is the software of the human body. Please understand why the man has been created. What is the purpose of creation of man? That most of us have not understood. This body and hardware and software are created for a limited purpose. What is the limited purpose? See, procreation is the most important. See, if you see the law of the nature, each component of the universe should procreate so that the universe should go on. So the human race also should procreate. That is the important purpose for which this body is created. Then the most important is she must be happy. See, all the acts of the human being should be happy, because you see, when you are happy, the entire software, the hardware runs positively. When you are unhappy, they got disturbed. So the most important purpose of the human life is to be happy, to keep happy till you die. Then another most important is the moksha, which has been not understood by modern medicine. Moksha means I told you, the Atma is nothing but the atom of universal energy. So ultimately the union of this Atma, the energy in you, with the higher force. Of course, that's a very difficult task. These are the three purposes which the human body is created. So with this purpose, the body is created. See, you create an engine, you create a mechanic. So with some purpose, some design, this body has been created for this design. But what we do? We use this body abusively. We use this body excessively. And we use this body without understanding for which it is created. So that produces what? See, physical, mental and soul. These are the most important thing. So what is stress? Stress means, see, body, the purpose for which it can tolerate certain amount of physical activity, for which it designed. It can tolerate certain amount of mental activity for which it designed. It can tolerate certain amount of energy for which it is designed. Purpose. It is designed for a purpose. So, if there is little more temporarily, it can tolerate. Supposing constantly you go on putting more in physical activity, more mental activity, and you work on target. So the modern man is working on target. He is asset created oriented. He has not understood why he has been created, what is the design the creator has given to this human body. He has not understood. So we work on target. We think that achievement is creation of asset. It may be a financial asset, it may be intelligence asset, it may be anything else for which the body is not made. So therefore what happens when you overwork, overstress, what happens? So there is a biochemistry is disturbed. So you have the body tries to adjust to this increased stress by liberating more hormones, adrenaline is liberated more, noradrenaline is liberated more, corticosteroid. So the biochemistry of stress is these three important bad hormones. These hormones are liberated in excess. So these hormones, they disturb the pre-programmed hardware and software which has been designed by the nature and causes diseases. Please remember the most important causes of nowadays disease, non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cancer, mental diseases and autoimmune diseases are all due to the disturbed pre-programmed action because of this excessive stress the man is inviting to himself. So therefore, how to recognize the stress? See, yes, stress, I told you, peace, happiness. You should be happy. When you are unhappy, means you are under stress. What will happen? You aspire more. Your respiration system goes. You aspire more. Then your heart rate goes on increasing. Palpitation you get. You get more sweating. Then you lose concentration. And you sleep. Sleep is the most important gift given by the Creator to reduce our stress. So we don't get sleep. So these are all the symptoms when you are stressed. Some people will go and often pass urine. Some people will defecate, will pass motion often and often. These are all the symptoms of stress. So stress is an invited enemy by the modern man. Then how to conquer this stress? This is a very important million dollar question. The stress, how to prevent this stress, how to manage this stress. The most important is prevention. I will come to that later. How to manage the stress, because now the whole community, the whole world, across the world, for the first time, is under stress because of the COVID effect, social, financial, cultural. The COVID has produced the disturbance of the human-made system, causing an amount of stress. How to get out of this stress? The spiritual health is the only answer. What is spiritual health? See, before understanding spiritual health, you must understand what health is. WHO has defined health as a state of physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being, not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. That means if you don't have a disease, if you don't have a disability, that means don't think that you are healthy. Still you could be unhealthy. That means well-being means happiness. So a state of happiness is considered as a healthy state by the WHO. Of course, our ancient Indian medical scientists have said this long back. Of course, the spiritual health is the greatest contribution to the world of medical science by our ancient masters, ancient medical masters. So therefore, what is spiritual health? Spiritual health has got four components. One is conscious of universal, ultimate truths of universe, with and also the man. So what is the relation between the universe and man? How this chain of reactions? So entire thing, the universe, what is happening is a chain of reactions, and man is in the center of the universe. So therefore, man is connected to the universe. So what are all the pre-programmed reactions that are going on by this? It's a computerized, systematically computerized happening that is happening in the universe and also in the human body, and which are interlinked. This conscious awareness is very, very important. The scientific awareness is very important to understand the spiritual health. Second is creator. You must accept there is a creator. You may call it as a God or something else. Of course, that's different. But there is some higher force which is created this universe. It is regulating this universe. How these things happen? See, please observe. This universe has evolved over a period of millions and millions of years. So many ups and downs have occurred, but the universe has not been destroyed. It is still existing. That means there is a controller. There is a higher force which is controlling everything that is going on in the universe. This is the most important. We can give hundreds of examples to prove that there is a creator, there is a regulator, and which we must accept this when you are dealing with the spiritual health. The third point is spiritual culturing of the mind. See, mind is a very important aspect for a human being, for any living being for that matter, more so for the human being. Mind is the master of the human body. Through mind, you do everything. So the mind, human mind, I don't know why the creator made this human mind very vibrant. The human mind is already extrovert. It always wanders here and there. It doesn't see most of the time its own body. It always wanders. And it vibrates. See, it vibrates between positive emotions and negative emotions. And one time from happiness to unhappiness. So therefore, the mind vibration is a vibrant mind. And if you go observe, it is an unscientific mind. It doesn't say whether body is scientific. Body behaves scientifically in everybody. But mind does not behave scientifically in everybody, in the same individual, for the same factor, it goes on reacting differently. So I say the mind is unscientific. There is an unscientific mind in a scientific body. This is the paradox. So we have made unscientific. Creator has not made unscientific. I will come to that later. So this is the mind. So the mind exists in thoughts. Thought generation is very, very important. So mind always exists in thoughts. So thoughts, the thought generation in the mind, it is sent to the brain, and from the brain it is dissipated to the nervous system and the chemical signals to the parts where it has to be executed. And when the action happens, you get happiness. So this is all the happening. This thing. So thought generation, what type of thought you should generate is an important thing. So thought generation is the basic. So what type of thought? Spiritual thought should be generated. So you have positive emotions and negative emotions. What is positive emotions? Positive emotions means love, courage, cooperation, humanity. These are all positive emotions. The opposite is negative emotions. Hatredness, non-cooperation, fear. Fear is the most important dead enemy of the human system. So positive and negative emotions and this. So thought generation I was speaking. So what is thought generation? What type of thought you must generate? That Karma Yoga says what type of thought you must generate. See, there are dharmic thoughts and adharmic thoughts. Dharmic thoughts are also called as the punyic thoughts, and adharmic thoughts as papic thoughts or bad thoughts. So what are bad thoughts? What are good thoughts? Good thoughts are one which produces such action which facilitates the pre-programmed actions of the universe and the human body. Whatever may be that thought, it results in such an action which facilitates the universal pre-programmed actions programmed by the creation in the universe and also in the human being. They are all called dharmic thoughts, good thoughts, and punyak thoughts in a spiritual language. Then what is adharmic thoughts? Adharmic thoughts are such thoughts which disturbs the pre-programmed actions of the universe and also the human being. This is all this. So therefore, you must culture the mind with a dharmic thoughts. When dharmic thoughts occupies your mind, adharmic thoughts goes away. So how to do this is a very important question. See, if you observe the fetus, if you observe, once the pregnancy occurs and generation of the zygote happens, from the day one to the delivery of the baby, everything is pre-programmed. It occurs in a fashion. It occurs in a pre-program. Every day what has to happen on second day, third day, fourth day and ninth day has been decided. And it happens. And the baby inside the womb is very happy. It swims in the amnion. It doesn't weep there. So as soon as it is delivered, it weeps because of the starting of respiration. After that, baby sleeps 24 hours. Then it starts laughing and playing. So genetically, by birth, you bring happiness. The Creator has given happiness. So once the baby comes, environment introduces unhappiness. You tell the baby wants to do so many things, but you obstruct it. You don't do this. This is bad, this is good. See, you belong to this community. You belong to this religion. And you belong to this group. And this is good and this is bad. What you have decided, good or bad, you try to inculcate into the child, and child gets conditioned with adharmic thoughts. So therefore, the problem starts there. Please remember, the Creator has always given inborn thoughts which are dharmic thoughts. We don't allow it to blossom in a child development. So this is about the most important mistake. Our education should change. The child education should change. The child psychology you must understand. This creation you must understand and grow our children, because if you condition the mind with adharmic thoughts, then it is very difficult to decondition the mind. So therefore, the problem starts there. So this is about the spiritual culturing of the mind. That is very, very important. Then the fourth one is the spiritual energy. See, spiritual energy, I told you in the first, everything is matter and energy in the universe. The man is also matter and energy. See, the human being works by electricity. There is an electricity generation inside the body. Bioelectricity is there. There are so many bioenergies which our allopathic medicine has not understood. Our ancient medical literature, has told so many things about these bioenergies, and which of course needs to be understood, and research has to be done. But the fact is true. See, you see the result. So we are seeing a lot of results, and inside the body, if you do a spiritual practice, your spiritual energy level goes up. When your spiritual energy level goes up, then your thought generation will be good thought generation, spiritual thought generation, and positive emotions. Even when your positive emotions and spiritual thought generation occurs, the most important, the system that God has given to the human body is immune system. See, we understand the immunity of the human being. So many units have been created in this. See, you give me any examples about defense system, there will be similar, identical example in the human body. That's why I always say, what all we as scientists, we have find out now, IT, BT, technology, everything is there, that repercussion is there, the mirror image actions are there in the human body, because it is a miniature of the universe. So therefore, the defense system in the body is so excellent, And today we are suffering corona. Let us not blame corona. We should blame our immune system. We have not developed such an immune system to our children, to ourselves. And we have a deranged immune system in us. That is why the corona is coming and attacking us. If your immune system is strong, it will not do anything. So also, no disease will come to you if your immune system is strong. And that to make your immune system very strong is to raise your spiritual energy and to be happy always and to do such thoughts which will increase your spiritual energy. This is about the spiritual health. How to get the spiritual health? See, yoga is the answer. To acquire spiritual energy, the yoga is the answer. The greatest contribution of a Indian ancient health system to the world of medical literature with which the WHO has accepted scientifically is yoga, provocated and reduced to writing by the great ancient master Patanjali. So yoga, what is yoga? Yoga means union. Yoga means union. Union of what? See, in the body there is union of mind, soul and the body. So you unite, coordinate that. So in the body, most of the time they don't work coordinated because they have been disturbed. The pre-programmed action which is created with the creator has been disturbed. So what you do, you coordinate this. After coordinating this, that is self-realization, then it coordinates with the universe. So this horizontal union. Then once you coordinate with the universe, each component of the universe, then higher force, transcendental union. So the yoga unites. It unites not only Atma, body and mind in you, and also the higher forces. It unites with everybody because everybody has come from the same source and regulated by the same energy. So therefore this is yoga. See, yoga has to be understood in its totality. Yoga is not doing only asanas. Doing some asanas is not yoga. Yoga is a way of life. It affects your thought generation. It affects your spiritual energy. So therefore, what are the components of yoga? You have Gnana Yoga, you have Karma Yoga, you have Bhakti Yoga, you have Raja Yoga. These are the four important methodologies of yogas that have been provocated, that have been taught by ancient masters, which have really given good result to keep us very happy. So what is Gnana Yoga? Gnana Yoga means a spiritual knowledge containing about the creation, visible and invisible knowledge. Don't think that what all you are seeing is the truth. See, ultimate truths of universe you have to understand. Some are visible, some are invisible. Spiritual knowledge deals with, Gnana Yoga deals with the creation, including the man, and how this creation has happened. And it is also tells you certain things beyond your special senses. So man can appreciate only by seeing, by hearing, by touching and taste and smell. These are the special. But there are some sensations which you can appreciate beyond the special senses. So because the human mind, if it goes to that level and the energy level, you can appreciate the so many other sensations which are not appreciable by common senses. So all these things that Gnana Yoga does. If you know Gnana Yoga, that itself will give you a good generation of thought. Then comes the Bhakti Yoga. So what is Bhakti Yoga? See, you must believe there is a creator. It is undoubted. So the people should surrender to the creator. So you must surrender to the creator, telling that you have created this world and you are running this in a programmed way. I oblige you. I don't disturb the thing. So therefore, I owe my life to you. Bhakti. So this Bhakti Yoga teaches this one. Then Karma Yoga. Most important Karma Yoga means Karma Yoga teaches what are the actions we should do, what are the actions we should do, what are the karmas we should do, what are the thoughts we should generate to keep you healthy, to increase your well, and it tells you the culturing of the mind, Karma Yoga. Then comes most important is the Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga, it will control the mind which is extrovert. It draws the mind which is extrovert, it makes the introvert, and it makes to feel the Atma and also the higher forces. So this Raja Yoga also has got 8 components. So Yama tells you what you should not do in life, what adharmas you should not do in life. Then Niyamas tells you what you should do in every day. That tells you what you should do every day. Then concentration. See, mind, how it has to be concentrated, teaches concentration. Then third is pratyahara, deconcentration of mind. So don't concentrate mind on a thing which gives you adharmic thoughts. How you should deconcentrate the mind from these things. Then we have asanas, postures. See, postures gives you happiness. So postures gives you the nervous system. If all the muscles and joints, they have got a tone, and these postures will control the mind and control the brain. Through that, you are going to control the mind and coordinate the mind and the body. So hardware and software coordination occurs in a different asanas. Then you have pranayama. See, remember, breath is the most important manifestation of the kinetic energy in an individual. You move lungs. Through that, the blood moves. So circulation, kinetic energy in the body. This kinetic energy, by regulating this kinetic energy, by regulating the respiration, you are going to control the energy process in you and also the mind. Very important. See, when you are stressed, you may see that your respiration goes away. When you are stressed, when you are calm, you coolly respire. So there is a relationship between the respiration, mind, and the kinetic energy. So therefore, there are so many different types of exercises. They are not exercises. They are not. So yoga is not an exercise. So there are so many mechanisms, maneuvers, through conscious maneuvers, through which you will bring the mind, soul into control, and of course ultimately with the higher force. This is pranayama, meditation. Meditation is another most important thing wherein you are going to intervert your mind and draw from extrovert. See, the mind always attaches to desires. See, I told the desires and emotions are a more important thing for a mind. Man wants to always desires. Of course, desires are God-given gift. Desires. So if you satisfy your desire, you get happiness. That is true. But what type of desires? See, a normal man will have a physical happiness. That means including sexual happiness. Physical means if you see the body, if you see the nature, and this is physical happiness. Then wealth happiness. If you start accumulating wealth, you get happiness. Money is needed to live. And money is needed to live. You must earn money to live, not to create thousands crores of materialistic asset which will put you under lot of stress. So wealth desire, that's one. Then reproduction desire. See, I told the Creator wants everybody to procreate. So every human being wants to reproduce, and that desire is a common desire which everyone will have. Then power desire. People want power. So they want to hear everybody as he says. So then he becomes happy. How long it stays, nobody knows. This is a power desire. Then lastly, most important thing is knowledge desire. Desire to acquire knowledge is a very important thing. So here, in all desires, you have exploitation, you have limit, but the most important thing is, in this desire, how much knowledge you acquire, you become more and more happy without exploiting others. The only happiness you can get in this world is a knowledge happiness. So therefore, these desires you must control. Unless you control these desires, see, external desires, there is no stoppage for this. You can't give satisfaction, you can't reach the optimum for an if you allow your mind to attach to the external desire. If you satisfy one desire, it jumps to the other desire. If they go on like this, so therefore the treasuries of desires it will create. So therefore, you please restrict your desires. Restrict your desires. The aspiring for excessive desires is the most important common cause of stress. Common cause of stress. So that you must understand. So this is about the meditation. Then lastly, samadhi. Samadhi state means it's a very, very difficult state to attain by a normal man. Samadhi means the union with the universe and the higher forces. This is very difficult to attain. That is the optimum, the final thing that you anticipate in a moksha level. So therefore, samadhi level, you reach a state of samadhi wherein you detach from the entire world and you only feel your energy in you. When you feel your energy in you, you get enlightenment. So there is one word called enlightenment. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment means when your spiritual energy comes to the higher level, you dissociate from all desires and you feel only your energy in you. And when you feel your energy in you and its association with the transcendental energy, then you get constant happiness, Chittanand. So this is what's called enlightenment. That is what happened to our spiritual leaders like Buddha, Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa. So my dear friends, this is what spiritual health means. Is it possible to practice? Yes, you can practice. So therefore, this body is not built for targets. Again, I want to appeal to you, this body is not built for target achievement, asset creation, target achievement in asset creation. So the modern man is facing a lot of diseases because of he is working on target. The executives are given targets. The government officials are given targets. So therefore, don't overburden your body for which your body has not been designed. Maybe after few generations, the body may evolve into to tolerate such an amount of stress, and a new body may evolve that we do not know. So therefore, my friends, please understand that you are born to be happy. As long as you are happy, you are healthy. When you lose a state of happiness, then you are unhealthy. To be happy, you are not going to live in this world for millions of years. After all, the lifespan is also predetermined. As long as you live, you should be happy. So, finding a happiness lies in you. It cannot be bought. Spiritual health cannot be bought. Some people will say, hey, spirituals, where you show me? Evidence. They ask evidence. Where can you give an evidence? If I am feeling happy, what is the evidence I can give? Spiritual health is an experienceable. Is an experience you can experience. So, happiness and unhappiness, emotions are experienceable. So, energy. You show me energy. How can you show the energy? Energy can be shown only by its effect. So, therefore, like that, the effect of spiritual energy can be only shown by your behavior, by your thought generation and by your emotions and by your state of happiness. So therefore, my friends, spiritual happiness, spiritual health is a scientific aspect. It is a science. It has got science and philosophy. So science aspect and philosophical aspect, both if you understand and you should inculcate such a spiritual lifestyle, you can be constantly happy, for which you have been created by the Creator. Then the purpose of Creator will be appreciated by the higher force. Thank you. If there's any questions, I'll be free to answer. There are some questions which have come to me. Why do you say spirituality as health? Friends, I told you WHO has defined spiritual as health. What is spirituality? To be happy. So this body, when you are happy, it liberates endorphins, dopamines, serotonins, which facilitates the software which has been created by the body, all these actions. So therefore, it is a component of health. Is it possible for everyone to be happy constantly? This is a $1 million question. Even nowadays, the yogis are not happy because of so many reasons. So therefore, if you decide to be happy, you can. If you decide to be not to be happy, you cannot. It is in your hand. You can be constantly happy if you restrict your desires, and if you restrict your desire, if you restrict your thoughts, you can definitely be constantly happy. That is the purpose of health. Why the Creator created positive and negative emotions? Why did He not create only positive emotions? I think I should ask the Creator Himself. I was also thinking this. Why He created only, see, He knows the negative emotions are bad. Positive emotions are good. Why He created? Probably He wanted to make life very fascinating. The choice has been given to us. I don't know why He did it. I only pray in next generation He removes these negative emotions which are injurious to the body. I don't know what will be the situation. So probably to make their life very dynamic, probably He might have created this. Why mental illness are increasing? Friends, nowadays the mental illness is increasing all over the world because of they are not happy. So if you mental health and spiritual health, they are two sides of the coin. They go side by side. So therefore, if you are not happy, then food leads to so many diseases. Even mental diseases nowadays have been identified the biochemical basis. See, entire biochemistry is disturbed when you are under stress. So therefore, they are increasing. Is invited. You have invited the stress. You have invited the mental diseases. Will coronavirus disappear and what is the remedy? No. See, remember, Creator has given right to live for every creation. Coronavirus also has got a right to live. It's a creation of God. So therefore, it has got right to live and it will not disappear. It will be there for a long time. And you raise your immune system. You raise your spiritual energy to fight it. It will not do any harm to you. What is the difference between mental and spiritual health? See, mental health and spiritual health, I told you, they exist, they are just two sides of a coin. So, and almost they are interlinked. So, mental health and spiritual health, they go hand in hand. What about stress in children? I think that I have also answered. You are generating a stress to the children by not allowing a child to enlarge the happiness which he has acquired from the womb. You create stress. You give a lot of ideas, a lot of work. And nowadays, the child psychology, the people wants to flood with more knowledge. I don't know why such a situation is happening. So therefore, see, the children are really under stress. By the parents are responsible for that. The education is responsible for that. Children are overburdened with the syllabus, and they must allow them to play. They must allow them to talk, because I told you, inborn there is a thought in them which has been already impregnated in the mind and brain of the child. You must allow it to grow, of course, under the modulation of the parent. Does sleep reduce stress? Yes, definitely sleep reduces stress. That is why the Creator has given the sleep as a very important donation to this human. Whenever you are stressed, you sleep. Your stress get reduced. When you are so much of stress, your sleep get disturbed. How to manage stress of executives? A very, very important question. How to manage? Management is target-oriented work. See, the management expects 100 people work by 2 people. After this computer, they have reduced the human personnel. They have reduced the human personnel after this computer. And you see so many things, and 10 people work, 1 fellow has to do. Then please stop it. What is capable for an individual, that you should do it. And that is why the management of stress in executive decrease the workload. You bring a policy like that, one. Second, when you are stressed in a situation, please get out of that situation. If you want to leave, get out of the situation. When you are too much stressed, then what you should do is take deep respiration. Close your eyes, take deep respiration, concentrate your mind on the tip of the nose. You do a pranayama and meditation. While sitting only in your own office, definitely the stress will be released. Is diet needed and important in spiritual health? Yes, definitely, yes. Diet plays a very important role. Sattvic diet. See, this body has not been made, for non-vegetarian. Non-vegetarian is, we practiced it. So, vegetarian food is always good for a spiritual health. Why a menopausal woman will have many problems? Say, once the menopause occurs, there will be hormonal imbalances. The estrogen, especially progesterone, which were secreted in a reproductive lady, they influences the mind. See, the sex hormones in the man and woman, they influences the emotions. They influences the health, especially the mental health. So because suddenly the hormones are withdrawn in menopause, they will have mental problems, emotional problems, and they have to be dealt with counseling. Then, what is the relationship between sex and spirituality? This is a very important question. Sex and spirituality. See, sex is an energy, reproductive energy, is an energy which creates a new life. So, if you go to our ancient masters, of course you don't get any answer in the scientific. So if you go to our scriptures, the spiritual energy is a conversion of a reproductive energy. Because reproductive energy is the most powerful energy because it gives birth to another life. So therefore, when you do a practice of spiritual practice, the spiritual masters who do that, so the reproductive energy in them is converted into sexual energy. Sexual energy is converted into reproductive energy. So therefore, whatever the sexual satisfaction, after all, the sexual pleasure is also one type of pleasure, and this pleasure, when is converted into a sexual energy, reproductive energy, you will get a constant state of happiness. So therefore, it is said, when you acquire spiritual energy, the as it reaches the height, the physical aspiration for physical sex will go away. So this is the relationship between this. Is it possible to practice all components of yoga only? This is a very good question. So I told so many components, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, and all those things. Not necessary. But you must know this. Just by knowing the theory aspect of this will give you energy. So therefore, you need not practice every day, but you must be aware of it, you must be conscious of it, and practice meditation, pranayama very regularly, because they are very, very important. And select some yogas, select some yogas for 20 to 30 minutes. And what is very important, your lifestyle, yogic lifestyle, that is very, very important. Is it true our ancient people used to live 100 years without much diseases? Is it because of their life? Definitely yes. See, our ancient people, they were not working on targets. They were not ambitious of 1,000 crore, 100 crores. They were not ambitious. They were contentment life they were living. Now are we content? A man who has got 1,000 crores, 100 crores, is he happy? A man who has got power, who can rule all over the world, is he happy? So like this, you please think that contentment is very, very important. So therefore, please understand that aspiring more desires will give you more problems and definitely will reduce your lifespan. And lifespan is also predetermined. If we don't work on target, we will not progress and achieve desired results. How to handle that? That's why I am telling you, this body is not made for targets. Why you want to target? Why you want 2 houses, 3 houses, 100 houses? Why you want? So therefore, please understand, that's why entire gist of my talk, limit your desires. If you don't limit your desires, then you cannot be happy. You have to be unhappy. If you want to be unhappy and create asset, what is the result you are going to achieve? So therefore, what you can, without disturbing your peace, what you can do, that is your target. Please do that. If there is any age bar to practice spiritual health, no. But as early as you do, it has got a good effect. That's why I advocate it should start in children. You should start in school. See, yoga is not a religion. So religion is different and spiritual is different. So therefore, please don't you practice as early as possible, because as the age advances, you get conditioned your mind to so many unscientific thoughts. It's very difficult to remove it. So therefore, as early as possible, you must practice yoga. You will have a very good benefit. What is the scientific basis of Atma? Does it exist? I think I have already explained to you. Yes, Atma does exist. Atma means it is an atom of universal energy in you. There are bioenergies which are accepted by the scientific. Scientifically it is accepted. So therefore, Atma is there. And when the man dies, it comes the energy. See, if you understand the whole universe, what is happening, there is no death at all. There is no loss anywhere. It is only a transformation, one form to other. A man dies, right? The energy which is in him, the electrical energy, which comes out. At the time of death, what was there, it comes out. So that is Atma. So therefore, there is no death. It will go to the energy pool of the universe and it will go in a different form to somebody. The body which is there, it also will be transformed to some other form. So therefore, there is no destruction, there is no reproduction in the universe. It is always transformation. So therefore, there is this energy component is Atma, it definitely exists. What is the difference between religion and spirituality? It is a very good question. Religion and spirituality are entirely different. Religion is man-made. Spirituality is the truth. Ultimate truth of nature is spirituality. Religion is a way to spirituality, man-made. But while making these religions, some people have impregnated, the religious leaders have impregnated some adharmic thoughts to it. So therefore, religions are the way to spirituality, ultimate truths of life, and they are the ways. And some religions are really good. They are found by the religious leaders after understanding the spirituality in their own way. For a common man to tell, they form different religions. So you must be very careful while understanding the religion, because some people have impregnated some bad things, adharmic thoughts into it. So therefore, be careful when you are accepting a religion, but be free when you are accepting a spirituality. What about God and spirituality? Yes, whether you call it as a God, see, existence of a higher force is there. You should accept that in spirituality. If you want to enjoy the experience of spirituality, if you want to enjoy the experience the effects of spirituality, you must believe in the higher force. You call it as a God or something else. I don't want to enter into that. But the higher force, the transcendental energy that is there, so you call it as a God, anything you call it is. So definitely there is a higher force which is controlling the entire universe, and that belief is very, very important to get the experience of spirituality. So thank you for providing me an opportunity to address you, my friends. Be happy. The life is very short as 100 years. The lifespan is 100 years. Be happy. See, man doesn't do anything which is unhappy. Am I right? He will not do anything which gives you unhappiness. But he does with an intention that it gives happiness. But it will not give. So therefore, my friends, what thoughts gives you happiness? Only you should do that, execute that thought which will give you a constant happiness. And then these are some acts which gives you a temporary happiness, definitely is going to give unhappiness in the long run. So therefore, please think, be spiritual and be happy and enjoy life. Thank you very much.